Okay, good.
Okay, we're back.
Like I was saying, I had to go get some snacks and stuff, because...
Sorry.
Anyway, people might say you're arguing about plot in a comedy movie, it's just for the laughs. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. I mean, the jokes in the movie had nothing to do with the plot. But it's a driving force of the movie, and if I get lost in the plot, then I'm gonna, like, during the jokes, or like, there were some points in the movie that the jokes were in the plot, or whatever, or like in plot moments. I don't know, just things would happen and I would be confused, and that's not good.
Yeah, because I mean, they say, like, the reason why it matters is because even in a comedy movie,
you don't need a complex plot.
Yeah, something just has to string everything together in a coherent way. Because if in a comedy movie you don't string things together, then all you have is like just a bunch of out of place sketches, which is actually usually kind of what happens with Will Ferrell movies, which is strange.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, they're still funny. But I mean, in this case, it like introduces the plot. It's like, this is what's happening, and then you're like, wait, what? And then it just keeps going. You're like, huh?
Yeah, that's actually, I just realized. Most comedy plots are extremely simple.
Yeah,
like,
it's
like it's like cut and dry, and it's good because it's about the jokes, it's about the laughs. Yeah. Like, I mean, 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Yeah. It's
about a guy who's 40 years old who's trying to lose his virginity. That's it.
Exactly.
Like you do not like that's. I think that's why this movie falls short, and it's not that good. Is because the plot is way too complicated and way too like unlegible and not easy to understand, and not easily explained. So, like, and let me think of another. Zack and Miri make a porno. It's about guys trying to make a porno. You know,
even to fall back on Pineapple Express, which is another action comedy movie. I mean, the plot was they had weed that was like the other people wanted, and that's it. Like
pretty much.
That was it. That's all that happened. Like bad guys, good guys. That's all they did.
Yeah. I mean, so that's really kind of where I think this movie falls short on. Maybe if the plot was a lot more simple, it actually might have held up a little better, because I mean, like I said, it had some good jokes, but it didn't really like what's the right word? It didn't hold up or Any jokes that come to mind that since we're spoiling it, it doesn't matter.
So we kind of like glanced over the negatives, like kind of glanced over some of the positive things. That I told him that the movie's like a non-stop barrage of like trying to be funny and like trying to have jokes, and like it was really hit and miss, pretty much. The stuff that worked though is pretty funny. Like, and a couple of things stood out in my head. Not too much, because like I said, and like we said, like it's kind of average. Like, I mean, it's okay. It's like but some of the stuff stood out, and a couple things are really funny. It was like there was let's see, what was the first thing I was saying? Well, one thing, there was this joke about like homeless people. Remember that?
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
That was pretty funny. Like, what was it? Will Ferrell, his character, drives a Prius, and his Prius gets like, when the two of them, when Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell get kidnapped by the bad guys, they like dump their Prius somewhere, and then when Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell get back to the precinct, and like they're like, oh, you found the car? Like, yeah, we found your car, and they're going through and looking for fingerprints, and they're like, well, we didn't find any prints, but we found like, we think there was like a homeless sex orgy in the car, and like
used condoms, like a raccoon gave birth. And
a raccoon gave birth on the back, like on the back floor of your car, and there was like a dead mouse in a condom and stuff.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, they even left you a note. Like,
yeah.
It's like Dirty Frank says like, thank you for letting us have like sex in your car. Or something.
And then like that goes kind of a recurring thing. Like the homeless people like see the priest and like, hey, can we have sex in here? Like, or you want to join us? Like, no, that's my car.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that was pretty funny. Like there were some like, it's all about like those kind of unique jokes that like you don't really see in other movies, and it had some funny moments. But one thing I wanted to point out is like, Mark Wahlberg gave a disappointing Mark Wahlberg performance. Yeah. Like, not to say that he like was a bad actor in this movie, but like if you've ever seen The Happening, like the Mark Wahlberg we're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, no. Hey, no, ma'am, we're not gonna do that. No.
Yeah.
What?
Why would I do that? Oh no, ma'am. Well,
you're not telling me anything here.
Yeah, no. Just information.
And then Mark Wahlberg in this was like the opposite of that.
Yeah. It still kind of came out a couple times, but not.
Yeah.
It was like he brought his Departed game where he's like yelling, like ah.
Yeah.
And stuff, and, like,
he was in The Departed.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. I hadn't seen that movie. Oh, that's what he's like in that movie. He's like.
Oh yeah, he's like serious Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, okay. So, what if he like thought The Happening was just a joke, and he's like, I'm just gonna act like a dumbass.
Maybe read the script and he's like, this sucks.
Yeah, he's like, I'm just gonna act like a pussy. Like, no. Yeah. But anyway, I guess final thoughts. because we don't want to make this too long because it doesn't need to be.
One thing I want to say real fast is anybody who's seen Angry Joe's review of this movie, I do want to say on a personal note to Angry Joe, he's never going to see this, but I just want to say that regarding his review, I don't think that the Will Ferrell's like wife joke was as like bad, like cringingly bad as he said, because he was like, oh, that they just like kept writing it like, is that your wife? Is that your wife? Is that your wife? Is that your wife? You know, like he kept
yeah,
writing
it was.
it.
Yeah, I haven't seen the review, but that sounds like he's exaggerating. Because I mean, I thought it had some funny moments.
It wasn't that bad, but what was bad was the recurring Will Ferrell joke where like all the women want him.
Yeah.
Because they never explained that. It's just like, it's supposed to be funny.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's not funny.
It would have been funny if they had like a weird flashback, like, like, you know, something that you're like, what? Like, or like, you know, like.
Because every time there's a beautiful woman, she's like, hey, honey bear, hey, sexy, to like Will Ferrell, and I'm like, you just did that 6 times. Like, it's not funny. Like,
yeah.
But yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, final notes. I don't recommend seeing this movie in theaters. Yeah. Not to say it's bad. I think rent it. I think it'd be a good rental, just if you want to, like, you know, have a few laughs at night, you know, or, you know, one night, you know, it's a good rental or whatever, but don't spend money here. It's not really worth it.
I say hit up the Pirate Bay in a couple months.
Yeah, he said that.
Or actually, I don't say that. I say that there is... Rent it.
It's on tape now.
Netflix it. Netflix it. That's legal.
Okay, okay. He says Netflix it.
Netflix it.
Alright, so I think we're okay.
Alright, so what's your final score?
Oh, 6.5 out of 10. If I was going to rate it as a number. I usually don't rate numbers, but I usually give like figurative numbers because I don't really care that much about the numbers.
I gave it about 6, I think.
Yeah. His ratings are lower for his for how he feels like he thinks something that's like an 8 is like amazing, right?
Yeah, like whoa, yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, 6.5.
But yeah, don't waste your money on it. I mean, if you're gonna like even seeing the Expendables on Friday.
Yeah, we're gonna. That's gonna be our next one. Just to let you know.
I mean, even seeing that, even if that is a waste of money, that would be a better waste of money than this.
Because you get like all like Stallone and Arnold. I mean, Arnold should be worth the admission ticket.
Yeah. Hello.
Ah, that's a good way to end.
Hello, goodbye.
Goodbye.
All right, guys. SUPERLongD and ProGamer out at the movies. Peace out. Holla back.